UFC returns Saturday night from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas with a stacked card. UFC 262 Charles the Bronx Oliveira vs Michael Chandler, and MMA on the go has the results. Starting with the prelims, Christos Giagos defeated Soriano via submission, Dariush choke in the second round. Christos Giagos used his grappling ability to secure a Dariush choke that stopped Soriano in the second round. The choke came amid a fast-paced scramble on the ground. Giagos put in the choke while on his knees, going back to a seated position afterward, where Soriano went unconscious. Soriano showed sharp striking in the first round, putting together punches that did damage to Giagos. He had clearly looked to take the fight to the ground prior to the finish, scoring 2 takedowns in the opening frame.
Declaring the winner, due to a Dariush choke, Christos the Spartan Giagos!
Tucker Lutz had a strong UFC debut win on Saturday, showing a well-rounded skill set against Aguilar for the decision nod. Lutz's strong striking and ability to land takedowns in the first 2 rounds earned him the win. Aguilar's best round was the last, where he came into rounds significantly more aggressive, throwing strikes that got through to Lutz and clearly hurt him at points. Lutz was given a UFC contract last year after 2 wins on TV show Dana White Contender Series. Prior to then, he was a regional champion in Maryland.
Christos the Spartan Giagos!
Priscila Cachoeira made a comeback in the second round against Gina Mazany, capitalizing on fatigue and teeing off with strikes to her just moments before the round would have expired. Cachoeira walked down an incredibly tired Mazany with strikes late in the second round, landing enough to make the referee end the bout. Mazany had controlled a large portion of the fight with control on the ground before the stoppage.
Priscila Zombie Girl Cachoeira!
Andrea Lee earned a much-needed win on the prelims, submitting Antonina Shevchenko late in the second round with an armbar in the triangle position. The finish from Lee came after a dominant round on her back, landing strikes while holding Shevchenko's head in a triangle position. Lee was entering the bout on a 3-fight losing streak, having last won in mid-2019. The victory came in front of her home state of Texas.
By submission, doing a triangle armbar, Andrea KGB Lee!
Jordan Wright connected with a flurry of strikes to take Jamie Pickett out of their fight in the first round. Wright did damage to Pickett early, and was able to close out the performance in just over a minute. Wright's fast series of strikes started after Pickett shot for a takedown, allowing Wright to land elbows from a close distance. Separated on the feet, Wright chased Pickett down with punches and eventually dropped him. The referee finished the bout after Wright landed some punches on the ground.
Declaring the winner by TKO, Jordan the Beverly Hills Ninja Wright!
Lando Vannata's resistance of takedowns and solid striking did enough to earn him a split decision win over Mike Grundy. Vannata's ability to keep the fight on the feet and connect with strikes was what earned him rounds on scorecards. Grundy pursued takedowns frequently, although Vannata did a good job at stuffing the attempts. Vannata had a higher frequency of shots on the feet, also a bigger variety in the strikes, although Grundy was able to connect with strong right hands periodically. Andre Muniz scored a win over a big name in Souza to finish the prelims, catching him with an armbar in the first round. Muniz slipped in the armbar shortly after Souza shook him off his back. He let go after an audible pop came from the hold. Souza clearly suffered a major injury from the armbar. His arm was disfigured and caused an audible pop during the fight. While not looking like he was in serious pain after the fight, he was escorted out of the cage before the official decision was read.
Andre Sergi
Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the go. A back-and-forth battle on the feet came to an abrupt end in the third round, as Shane Burgos suddenly stumbled backward and collapsed, causing an end to his fight against Edson Barboza. While the stoppage looked worrying at first, Burgos returned to his feet shortly after and had his wits about him. It was hard to tell what specifically caused him to fall, as his fall came many moments after Barboza had last scored with a strike. The finish came after a controlling performance from Barboza. He was able to put Burgos in trouble early in the fight, doing significant damage with punches and leg kicks. Katlyn Chookagian kicked off her 2021 with a win, defeating Viviane Araujo via unanimous decision. The fight saw Araujo start strong, with Chookagian taking over as the bout went into deeper waters. The first round was purely stand-up, where the flyweights connected with a close amount of strikes. Araujo had a big second round, taking Chookagian to the floor after catching a leg kick. She looked for chokes from full mount. Chookagian finished the fight strong, upping her output significantly in the final round.
Katlyn, love fight back! Chookagian!
Rogerio Bontorin's striking earned him a scorecard victory over Matt Schnell on the main card. Bontorin was leading the slow-paced striking battle through 15 minutes. He had his best moments late, as he charged forward in the third round with a combination of shots. He then scored a takedown which kept Schnell on his back for a few minutes in the round. The fight on Saturday put Bontorin back in the win column after losing to Ray Borg in Cachoeira, France last year.
Rogerio Bontorin!
A smothering performance on the ground earned Beneil Dariush a clean scorecard win over Tony Ferguson. Dariush had control for a large portion of all 3 rounds on the ground. Ferguson would threaten Dariush with submissions while on his back, although Dariush was always able to escape them. Dariush had Ferguson visibly hurt late in the second round due to a heel hook attempt. Ferguson was able to escape the attempt, although he was screaming in pain prior to then. Charles Oliveira's UFC career of over a decade reached a new high on Saturday, as he defeated Michael Chandler to claim the vacant UFC lightweight championship. The stoppage win came in the second round, where Oliveira exploded towards Chandler with punches that scored 2 knockdowns. Oliveira opened the second round with a knockdown from a left hook. Chandler returned to his feet, although he had to immediately face the ongoing pressure of strikes that Oliveira put forth. Chandler eventually got clipped by more shots, causing him to drop and making the referee end the bout. Oliveira's quick second round performance came after an opening round that had ups and downs for both fighters.
By TKO and new undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Charles Dubois!